Hello everyone. It's a conversation about releasing what no longer serves us. Like let it go. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to begin with a simple question. What is one thing you are still carrying that happened years ago? Maybe it's a rejection, maybe it's a regret, maybe it's a friendship, and maybe it's a job opportunity you didn't get. Maybe it's something someone said to you 10 years ago that still visits your mind when you are trying to sleep. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Because you know what? Today is a very important day. And the day is National Let It Go Day. And honestly, I think this might be one of the most important unofficial holidays we have. Not because we need another day on the calendar, but because most of us are carrying things we were never meant to carry forward forever. Okay, so let's be honest. If letting go were easy, nobody would need advice about it. Nobody would write books about it. Nobody would attend workshops about it. And Disney would never have made a $1 billion song called Let It Go. In case if you remember that song from Frozen. So the truth is that human beings are storytellers. We replay conversations, we replay failures, we replay embarrassing moments. Sometimes we replay things that the other person has completely forgotten. Meanwhile, we are still carrying them forward, carrying them around. Have you ever done this? Now what you have done this, like let me know if you have ever done this. Like you are taking a shower, everything is fine, suddenly your brain says, remember that awkward thing you said in 2014, and instantly you are reliving it. So why does our mind do this? Because the brain thinks it's protecting us. It believes that if it keeps replaying the past, it can somehow prevent future mistakes. But you know what? Often it just keeps us stuck. So there's a backpack analogy attached with it. Now you must be wondering what is backpack analogy. Imagine carrying a backpack. Now imagine every regret becomes a brick. Every grudge becomes another brick. Every disappointment becomes another brick. Every old argument becomes another brick. Eventually, you are carrying so much weight that moving forward becomes exhausting. So the problem isn't that life is heavy. The problem is that we are carrying things we no longer need. Now let me explain my own experience. There have been moments in my life when plans didn't work out. And when I say plans didn't work out, it means entrance exams, job applications, professional opportunities, certain expectations, I'm sorry. At the time, those moments felt significant. But years later, I realized something. Many of the things I worried about weren't actually stopping me. My attachment to them was. The event had ended, but I kept replaying it. And that's where letting go becomes important. Letting go is not forgetting. This is something people misunderstand. Letting go does not mean pretending something never happened. It does not mean denying your emotions. It does not mean saying the experience didn't hurt. It means choosing not to let that experience control your future. You can remember something without carrying it every day. Okay, so basically what science says. Researchers have found that holding on to stress, anger and grudges doesn't only affect emotions. It affects the body too. Heart rate, blood pressure, stress hormones, sleep quality. When we constantly revisit painful experiences, our bodies often respond as though the event is happening again. Okay, so think about that. The situation ended years ago, but your body is still paying the bill. If you understand what I mean, that what is the meaning of paying the bill. And there's a cost of rumination. Psychologists call it rumination. It is a habit of mentally replaying negative experiences over and over. So they're like, you're not problem solving, you're not learning, just replaying. It's like watching the same movie every day and expecting a different ending. At some point, we have to change the channel. Okay, so it's really important for us to change the channel. And what do we do to need to let go of? Like for some people, fear. For others, perfectionism. For others, a relationship. A version of themselves. An expectation. An old dream. A disappointment. Sometimes the hardest thing to let go of isn't another person. It's a future we imagined. So Elsa was right. Let's talk about Frozen for a moment now. Yes, it's a children's movie, but the reason Let It Go became such a cultural phenomenon is because it speaks something. It's because it speaks to something universal. And you know what is universal thing is? That Elsa wasn't just singing about ice powers. She was singing about freedom. Freedom from shame, freedom from expectations, freedom from pretending to be someone who she wasn't. And honestly, many adults need that lesson too. There's a power of self-forgiveness. Did you know that? So it's like one of the hardest forms of letting go is forgiving ourselves. We often give other people grace, but ourselves. Do you know that? But ourselves, not so much. We replay mistakes, we criticize decisions. We question what could have been. But growth requires self-forgiveness. Not because a mistake was okay, but because we deserved a chance to move forward. Okay, so now let's do a practical exercise and let's do something together. Okay, take a piece of paper, write down one regret. Okay, one regret, now one fear, one grudge, and one thing you're ready to release. Then ask yourself, is carrying this helping me or is it exhausting me? Sometimes awareness is the first step toward freedom. Do you know that? Agreed or not? Please let me know your side of story, please. It's really important. So we create space for new relationships, new opportunities, new creativity, new peace. And then imagine trying to fill a cup that's already overflowing. Okay, so nothing new can enter. Letting go creates room for what comes next. Life is constantly asking us to evolve, but evolution requires release. Trees let go of leaves, seasons let go of weather. Even nature understands that growth requires change. So why should we be any different? As we celebrate National Let It Go today, I want to leave you with this thought. Not everything that happened to you deserves permanent residence in your mind. Alright. So some experiences were lessons, some were chapters, and some were detours. Some were blessings in disguise. and some simply belong in the past. So the goal isn't to erase your story. The goal is to stop living in chapters that have already ended. So today choose one thing, just one, and begin the process of letting go. Let it go, because your future deserves more of your attention than your past. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And before you leave, tell me in the comments, what is one thing you are ready to let go of today? Until next time, take care of yourself, keep growing and keep moving forward. Bye everyone.